Me did the chua, and maybe I'm discovered for Europe. I come a bushing for Ghana. No, me used to tap send, tap send. No fee mobile money transfer. Eye easy, convenient, fast, and sounds so free. Won't you share? Me discover ye map him. Tap send. Intienne. Also download the tap send app. No, ever mobile phone so free. Nefesi kakomu bushing for Ghana for na. Tap send. Papa no.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Check it. Green select glucometer. Check it. Push sugar level for check it. Check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
To my story number one. Story number one is something Black Sherif did over the weekend. No, just yesterday. I think it was just yesterday at a place called Brasa Restaurant. That is the name of the restaurant. Brasa Restaurant somewhere at Laboni. So this is what Black Sherif did. Remember, he did some industry listening. And on the day, I'm sure say Omampe the outcome niye. Because they wanted to reach the main movers and shakers of the industry, but a fun thing where most fans and a bar for Sa gathering. So they decided that let's now call specific industry gurus, the people we want to reach with our work. And yesterday at the Brasa restaurant at Laboni, they called the creme de la creme of showbiz people, including business moguls, politicians, and more. Because one, Jonah was there, Ibrahim Mahama was there, Gabi Ochedako was there, alongside the entertainment gurus called the D Black. I also saw Kwabna. In fact, say Hajia Bintu Hajia for was there. Oh, Hajia for was also there. Oh, Dan did not see her. And Hajia, I saw Hajia Bintu.
You saw Hajia Bintu?
Yeah. Hajia Bintu was also there, you know what I mean? Yeah, Hajia Bintu was there. And she came with everything, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it was so beautiful. But our interest in that conversation is this. Some people like Ibrahim Mahama. Some people like Jonah. Some people like Gabi Ochedako and co. It is not easy for you to get them to be part of your staff, especially if it is show business, because we know they are more business people, politicians, so you are likely to see them around such areas. But when we see them around show business activities, it gives us some hope. And the hope it gives us is that, are we now looking attractive to them? So coming for our event means that if we push better, they can even invest in us. Because imagine, like Roland as an artist and his executive producer is Ibrahim Mahama. Like imagine. Ijata cement sikaning nano. He'll be good very soon he'll be competing Burna Boy and the rest of the guys around the world. But is the story like that? The story is not like that. So I'll come back to my people and ask them that if we can invite them to come for our album listening, does it mean that we are now looking attractive, that we can even coerce them with the little business we are doing around what we have to push them to invest in us? I have some videos with you. My producer Facebook Jata was there. Roland Amati was also there as well. Let's go watch some videos. Is this the time for us to speak business to these people? Who knows? We might be lucky to get their investment into our game. Watch it. I'll be back.
Go check on your car right now. But ladies and gentlemen, let's shout out the village. And everybody here from Twist and Bang to Judge Hyper to Maria Debra Meister and every other person here. We appreciate you so much. We celebrated Blacko and Ibrahim Mahama. Music, let's go.
The entertainment, your promotion, our variety. Speak, yeah. If you didn't know, then now you for know. Sammy Flex TV, we be the best. If you didn't know, now you for know. Sammy Flex TV, we be the best. Celebrity interview, we be the best. Public relations, we be the best. Online promotion, we be the best. And live streaming, we be the best. Yeah.
Chalet, this be Sammy Flex TV. For entertainment, this be the best TV. The whole of GH.
And these were beautiful people, faces, and industry gurus at the Brassat restaurant yesterday at Laboni. In fact, Omoka said a special dinner for their people. And it was a good thing. We listened to the album, we did a review, and Kojo Manuel hosted Black Sherif on some Q&A session. It wasn't bad. There was enough to eat and drink. You saw me with Sako there. What I was drinking was just Fanta with ice cubes in it. Because of the church, I don't do those things. It was just Fanta with ice cube. I'll be lying. Okay, Kojo, let me do this discussion with you. Let me start this with you. And I'm asking that, is this the time for us to start speaking business with the Ibrahim Mahama, the Gabi Ochedakos, the Sam Jonas, now that they are in our midst? And you're the table, so yes, we be, bonkomo. Is this the time, is it the time for us to speak business to them?
Yes, good evening to our series viewers. It's a big deal to have some of these personalities in our midst, and I think kudos to Blacko and the team for making this happen.
Okay.
The men that came there, we all know their weight when it comes to money. And one thing that we are lacking as an industry is people with that firepower to push us. I always argue that it's not about the talent. When we see other countries conquering the world with music, it is not about the talent. We have it, but what we lack is the people who have the financial power to push us. So when I saw some of these men there, I asked myself, wow, if Blacko has been able to do this, then I want to know what kind of relationship he has with them. Is it one that is of business, or just they love his music and they are coming to also have fun? But one thing is, they come in there, they showing up in the first place. There should be a level of interest. Because to pull some of these men at that night, it's not easy. So there should be an
these are busy people.
Exactly. There should be an iota of interest in there. So can we stand on that and make sure that we get the maximum out of them? And so when it happened like this, I asked myself, what kind of conversation are we having around them? I don't know if they created an avenue for some of you to have a chit chat with them.
There wasn't any session like that.
Exactly, because if
there wasn't any session like that.
There was, maybe you put one or two questions to why they are there and how they see our industry, to even know their perception about our industry. One thing I believe is, it's not that we don't have rich men in Ghana. We have, but as to whether they understand our kind of business and are willing to invest, that is the problem. And I always think we are also not giving them enough reasons. When it comes to talking about the business aspect of the arts, I think we are lacking there. We always project the show, but as to talking about the business, and I'm talking with respect to numbers, how we even make our money. So if it's music, it's movies, what are the channels of making money? What are the costs? And what are the benefits? Always we hide some of this conversation. People stage events and they don't even want to come and disclose whatever revenue they are making shows, because maybe they fear the GRA will come after them, you know? And some of these people, they want to hear about the figures. They want to know if I put in $1 million, how much will I get? And what are the ways? If we're able to defend it and they realize it's so feasible, they will come in there. And so I want to believe whatever happened there, maybe they are pulling some strings behind for Blacko, for him to be able to pull them there. Okay. But then, what is the direction? What is the conversation? Are we convincing them enough that we will, in the near future, we will see them, some of them pushing into our industry to make sure that some of our guys also look good. So it is beautiful that they have shown interest in our business. Okay. But then, if we can change a bit, even when you look at most of our top entertainment platforms, we don't discuss numbers. We don't discuss business. We don't discuss the avenues in which we are making money. And even when you look at movies or music or the other aspect, the players, talking of the musicians or even some of the stakeholders, are they declaring their revenue? Are they letting people know that this job is lucrative? Even recently, the comedians, they've been able to pack the theater back to back. On United Showbiz, they asked them, they couldn't even respond to that. Okay. Like, I was expecting them to give figures. It costed us this to host this show. And after we made this money, so if you are an investor there, if you bring this money, we can do this. These are our challenges. If we want to double our revenue, this and this and this is what we have to do. But probably the Ghanaian man is thinking of the family not coming to attack him, and you have to say that I have money. You see, so we keep asking for investors, but we are not doing what will attract these investors. Okay. If we will continue on to hide the financial aspect of our work, then we will not be able to attract them. You may want to maybe meet them in corner and explain to them, but what you don't know is everybody is targeting almost the same people. Okay. Because we know that a certain Sammy Flex is here. I can go to a certain, this person is here. But the rest of them who are even willing to invest, you don't know them. And they will hear you on some of these platforms. So don't think you want to meet them in secret and disclose how much you earn. This information elsewhere, it is evident. Some of the people, movies and other stuff, when they stage a show, when they shoot a movie, they come out with the figures. Okay. It is in the public domain. So any business person, any investor can chance on this information and reach out to you that I think your business is lucrative and I want to have a share in that. Okay. So we should change on that aspect. Else, everything about them showing up is beautiful. Okay. But beyond that, if maybe you can approach some of them and even ask
have business discussion with them.
Exactly, have business discussion with them, and even the motive why they were able to come, because you have Ibrahim, Mahama, some Jonah, Gabi, and you know Gabi is a staunch politician
and very influential
in the NPP and in governance. So if we can even push some of the issues we have facing our industry with respect to the laws, having somebody like that, knowing how influential he is, he can even make sure certain
things to happen.
So my issue is, are we having the right conversations? Okay. Because this is not about Blacko, it is about everybody.
Yeah, it's about the whole industry.
It's about the whole industry.
We saw Sarko there exchanging pleasantries.
Exactly. Yeah. It's about the whole industry. So we shouldn't limit it to just Blacko having an affair with them. Okay. We should see that, okay, this is some people who are showing gradual interest in our space. So what can we do from there to make sure that they finally come and understand that? I want to believe they don't understand our business and how it operates. So we have to give them enough reasons why they should invest their money in us.
Well, very well said, Kojo King. And Kojo, the kind of cars we saw there, oh my God. Hey! He said, wow, do we really have some cars like this in Ghana? Like, you feel like, cars we in Dubai, like, Kojo, look at them.
Say according to any.
Yes, no. Charlie, look at this. And they came there in these cars. Like, wow. Look at the cars there. Charlie, Papa, Papa, we moved there. Wow, you know, like it was a good feeling knowing that, oh, Charlie, this is a showbiz related program, not some business moguls meeting. No, and you have, what's that? Me can't have a person camera better because me can't necessarily person camera better. So look at this, like so beautiful. How often do we see some of these things around our space? And we pray that, like what you said, we should start speaking the right language. We should start speaking the right language. And if we do that, we are sure going to get somewhere with it. Yes.
Sammy? Well, we are still not ready to have that conversation with the business department of the industry.
Okay.
As in the investors and people who inject capital into it. Like what you said, the industry, we still don't have data. We still don't have data, and when it comes to some of these
in saying we don't have data, what exactly are you talking about?
I will even start with royalty systems.
Okay.
Yes, because if you want to, let's say you know now a lot of artists, both the old artists and even some of the younger ones, like John Legend and Co, are selling their catalogs, and then to sell your catalog, the calculation is done per how much royalties you earn in a year. And then they multiply, the average percentage is 15 or is between 15 and 35%.
Okay.
So, but then in our case, we don't even have the royalty system to start with. And then when it comes to, like Kwejo indicated again, when it comes to how much artists, the standard fee for artists, these informations are not out there for us to know. So if I'm an investor and I want to invest in you, yes, I have my 200,000 to invest in you. The question is, within 2 years, how am I also going to get my money back? 200. And where are the source of information for these investors to even go look out for themselves? And elsewhere, these informations are public knowledge. You don't have to stretch yourself so much to. But then I'll come to Black Sherif as an artist. You see, Black Sherif might not be the first person to have some of these events to bring the businessmen together. But, and Kwejo said it shouldn't end with Black Sherif. But then I'll still come back to Black Sherif. You see, Black Sherif is setting a different standard in this industry. We all need to pay attention to.
Okay.
We are here discussing. It was just an album listening, and he is not the first person to have an album listening.
He actually called it a dinner.
A dinner, that's right.
Yeah.
And we are discussing it because of his business approach. Black Sherif is using a different business approach altogether. And this approach is not new. But it seems he is bringing the whole industry's attention to that. You see, to thrive in this space, there are two things.
Okay.
Finance and networking.
That's true.
That's true. Basically, finance and networking. You can have all the money you have. If you don't have the right network, you're
right.
The same way you can also have all the networks you have, you still need money to push it. But on the finance side, we all know what Black Sherif is doing together with Empire and all what have you. And then now let's come to the networking. That is because Kwejo has said a lot about the finance. So I want to pay attention to the networking.
Okay.
Black Sherif, and again, he is not the first artist doing that, but then he is the subject for discussion.
Exactly.
So a young man coming to the industry, he has realized the need to build a stronger relationship with the industry. Not just the business community, but the entire industry. He's trying to build a stronger relationship with it. And you see, you can never thrive within this space if you don't have right networks around. And that is basically what Black Sherif is doing. So whatever he is doing now, it shouldn't just be a topic for discussion and it ends there. We really have to study some of these dynamics, and then I call it a business approach that probably the younger ones also come. We have our big boys who also have their own way of surviving within the space, but then the industry will keep grooming new artists, and then some of these things should be the template for the younger ones to also follow, finding a way to strengthen the financial aspect of it, and then the networking aspect of it. Because if you're an artist and you believe you can do it on your own, then you are cutting your life short within the space, because you can never do it on your own. You need people within the industry. You will always need people. Even let's look at producing a song. Before the song comes out, let's look at the number of people who work on just one song.
Just one song, yeah.
And then you come to the DJs. You come to promoters, because you can't just put your songs out there and then that's it. Because even in an artist's career, if you look at the source of revenues, right, the performances brings in more. Performances brings in about 30% of their income before the merch and what have you would also come in. So if you want to strengthen that part, you need to build a relationship with the promoter. And I think if you study Black Sherif very well, he's hitting it right, hitting it or taking all the boxes. And then I think we need to learn from the guy.
So what do you see, like having Ibrahim, Mahama, the Sam Jonas, the Gabriel Chidako? Do you see them as fans of Black Sherif, or you see them as maybe partners of a sort? How do you see it from where you sit?
Well, this is not the first time Black Sherif and then Sam Jonas. Yes. There was a time they were playing golf. Yeah. So I want to believe there is a relationship over there. It might be capital injection, but through a different means. As it stands now, I can't really give out that information. Yes, but definitely there is a relationship in there, and I still don't see them as they coming fully into the industry. Maybe now they are riding on Black Sherif, so we can even, as an industry, we can also capitalize on that relationship and then extend it to the other aspect of the industry.
Because let me tell you what I observed yesterday. Right after the meeting, after the dinner, all the big media people were more or less like having their own chit chat, and it was just one question they were asking, and that's what we are discussing. Charlie, but the people, why them throw some money? The people, what did they say? How much are they investing? You see, that was what everybody was asking. I don't want to mention names, but yes, all the big media guys who were there, somebody, Charlie, Sam Jonas, what's up? Then they come invest or what? This is what they are looking for. But unfortunately, they did not hear anything. And I don't know if there is the opportunity for us still, or we are losing it. Wrap up for me, though.
Sammy, we still need data.
Okay.
Yes, we still need data. We need to put the...
But that information, I agree. Yes, we need to convince them.
Yes.
Because I know in Ghana, if you meet someone and say, okay, I want to invest 50,000 in your music career, how am I going to get it back? It is going to be, when we get a hit, when we get a hit. What if you don't get a hit?
Exactly.
What if you don't get a hit? You are not able to say, if I release a song, streams will give me this, merch will give me this, performance will give me this. No, we don't have such a data. And I believe that is where you are arriving at. So we pray that we do our things right, get some of these things to convince all the big men with the moolah, those who have cash. Let's see how best we can do business with them. Time to do business.
Let me say congratulations to Black Sherif and his team.
Okay.
I think this is a very beautiful move, and we need to commend them.
Okay.
I am saying this because this is actually not new in our system. This is not the first time we are seeing people who, to us, are not our industry like relations. Like they have no business, so to say, in our industry, but then we are seeing them in our circles.
Okay.
This is not the first time. And I would want to commend them again because when you check even back in the days, the likes of Machi Dede and his peers, all the people who seem to be doing well, even I'm talking about their generation, who are still doing well now, and some people who are not also charity cases, is because of some of these things.
Okay.
Charity cases. Because of the way they have some of these relationships with some of these people, they are able to hold some of these relationships for a long time.
Position themselves well.
Until they will say, oh, a certain or starting or in his prime, he has some sort of relationship with a certain chief, with a certain executive, with a certain somebody in high place. That is how you survive as a musician in an environment
like ours.
Snake in him, insurance in him, where you can go broke even the next minute. Your fate is not, your tomorrow is not even assured.
Yeah.
That is how you live. And whoever brought this idea has really done well. Again, I think this is also good for him as an artist. Because one say there's the notion, say, okay, I always say the people at the top, that is the business moguls and stuff, they only see our industry as entertainment and nothing more.
Okay.
So people who say business woman, like 10 to 5%, 5 to 10%, they see it as entertainment, which is so.
Say we are just having fun all the time.
Which is why when they go and make their money go up and down, and they want to relax, as somebody can just Kenata Breme, Manim Breme, if you betonium trem, the birthday, oh, betonium trem, or money 50,000, 100,000,
and
because they see it as entertainment. But Senka Kenata now walk it to the honor say, me a musician, me say, because the person doesn't have data. Any near figures to back whatever he is trying to get from the man into because he doesn't see the need for him to invest there because there is no data and there are no numbers. The only thing he's seeing is the entertainment bit, and then you come and then you party way and then you will say so they see it as fun. So for him to get closer to them, at least he will be able to have some sort of personal conversation with them to let them know, say, oh, the stream we cry now, meaning 2 million streams on YouTube.
It gave me this
amount of money. So at the end of the day, they will know that, oh, then let me even support him here. We saw the likes of the video sleeping on the floor for the Odogu. The video visits a certain big man in his house, and there is a video to it on the form flat. Yes, these people they cherish
antics in Kwana. Or they can just cry.
You see, that is how you keep them. Ask the likes of Guru Moni Amanyama and baby.
Yeah.
And keep in touch with the whole industry. One will say so many people in our recent time, especially the young act, have lost it. They've lost touch with some of these things. Who trying to touch spot with all the angles of the industry. Kidi here listening. He invited TikTokers, dancers, and some media personnel. Some people have problem with why he invited TikTokers and dancers. You see, to him, maybe with his label and links, he has that relationship with the people up there.
Okay.
But TikTok for the relationship it's the same. The relationship anyway much the same. Black Sherif said when I had the second album listening officially Hawaii.
Yeah.
The first one he did it and he invited almost everybody, including his colleagues. But this particular one was with a different set of people.
Yeah.
Yes, that is how you do it. And there are presenters. You see, gone were the days before an artist release a project. He makes sure say he has relationship with almost presenters and DJs in radio station.
Yeah.
See and the dynamics necessary. How do you get them close? How do you make them feel said you are with them? They are part of you. You are opening up to them for them to help you. These are one of the ways that you do it. And again, it also comes back down to physical promotion. Sisi a yeja yet na fi ni release anyoma na entitlement ni afa boy eboso Brian.
Why they
DJ for no momentum presenters they are not talking about me. Na Ghana bloggers there. Mami ya wasisi ya no mo betro. Pundits
Pundits and bloggers.
They are not making
trouble names.
They are not making sense for me. Say entitlement, no. So with physical promotion, this is one of them. In fact, when they invited you, and you are not obligated to talk about it.
Yeah.
They just invited you to come and listen to his album. And even if you pass a comment, you can pass it there and it is done. But because of the gesture they showed you, at least, if you don't know, ask who I be. That song, Kononguzongo. It was a hard on.
Oh, I see.
I tell you, ever since the album never metie, but that song got me hooked. That night
at the event, okay.
And Anopawi, it has been on repeat. That is the physical promotion we are talking about, and that can be transferred from me to another person.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if my speakers are banging,
someone else also hear it. Yeah.
Sanity, physical promotion. When Shatawale moved from Bandana to Shatawale, me, I saw him with my eyes. Sir, bus tractor, kesiye no omodiye promotion. Yeah, companies omodiye promotion, omodiye activity, omodiye product activation. Yes. He was in while recording with CDs, baby, Makola, and Ojina, so no more bonum, no, that is physical promotion. Oh, yeah, but you see another dynamics, Nassis and Ebiana Black Sherif into me, yes, sir. Into San or Bayano. Top business approach, wait, it will be Bia, say will be releasing you, man. You need the key industry players, the gatekeepers, the enablers to your side. Into your channel, ube who say obi wini, obi aye album listening. That platform way can wasem, platform way can wasem, platform way can wasem. Don't sit there and assume say
it came in a fluke.
It came just like that. There are some background things to do before you can achieve some of these things. Okay. And finally, before I wrap up, and you'll be able to afford it.
Okay.
In fact, doing this move is very expensive. So it is very, very expensive, and you'll be able to
yeah.
Until say Uber release. So the only advice I would give is that Uber release a projector. Find a budget. Find a budget. And find a budget again.
Find a budget 3 times.
Yes. Because and I'll be the extent at which you bet me ako.
Okay.
Until him say, me budget here, a best of TikTokers. Me budget a bet me extend the ako business executives. Because dinner yom ye, me call me did free, me no free. I did not pay for anything. Definitely somebody is going to pay for it.
Yeah, someone has paid for it.
Until the such now one say Black Sherif I had dinner. Until super say we had dinner. Ask yourself, say, where are you going to get the finances from? And if you know you don't have, cut your coat according to your
material. Thank you, Roland Amate. Very beautiful presentation there. So, yes, we wish them well, and we pray that in our next encounter with some of these people, we will start speaking the business language with them. We in Kaipong, Dina na Nankiati say, oh, Sam Jonah ne Ibrahim Mahama, so Omuka Omutibo Muno. Oma ibe $500,000 be the amount Black Sherif say on fa and shet ne nyumu jumani no. And non kade chi ya na ye kwa renti eye O2 arena. Ako boshi ho. Because say cash naba. Yeah, $500,000 to her. And then it to be van. Yeah, bet him they are claiming cash name back. But unfortunately, we did not hear something like that. But who knows? Ebia behind the scenes, Bibi Kesi Akoso, Bibi Nkoso, so we still hope that Bibi Betimi Akoso.